Welcome back to Got Outpost. We are still in the same series, Everything Sleep Systems, and today we are going to dive into sleeping pads and what the heck is R-value. So R-value basically is the heat retention from the ground, and that's how it is rated. So all sleeping pads, for the most part, have an R-value associated with them. There has been a new system implemented called the ASTM R-value, and that is basically the industry standard that is basically holding companies accountable and making a standard for all brands to be measured uniform across the table. Yep. Because in all reality, if they don't follow the ASTM and if they're not ASTM tested, manufacturers can really create their own R-value.
They can put whatever they want on there.
Yeah, so same with the sleeping bag with their ISO rating. ASTM is how it is measured for sleeping pads and the R-value, just to prevent the manufacturer estimates and just to know that whatever R-value you're getting is going to be accurate.
Yeah.
So diving into the scale of R-values. R-values, they're rated typically between 1 and then 7+. So that is really where they'll fall into. Majority fall in between the 1 and 7. 7 is very extreme cold conditions, and we'll kind of break down the different scales of that. So if you're between 1 and 2 R-value, for extremely warm temperatures, so really any summer camping, even indoor use, right? And then 2.1 to 3.5 is mild weather. So like late spring, early fall. So it's really just, it's a 2-season pad.
Yep.
And then 3.6 to 4.9, cooler weather. So then you're getting into the 3 seasons. So late spring, early fall is what that falls into. So you're getting into colder temps, I would say higher 40s, right? Mid 40s.
Yeah.
And then 5 to 6.9 is colder conditions to where you're getting into the 30s, even below freezing. And then 7+, like I said, is very extreme conditions. So if you have very cold, sub-zero, snow, any sort of alpine conditions is what that falls into. The 5 to 7+ is really a 4-season. All of those are 4-season, but you really need to weigh what kind of temperatures you're going to be dealing with to determine what would be the best bet.
Yeah, I mean, the last thing people want to do is, you don't want to be out there with in a September, backpack trip. It could be anywhere from high teens to 50 degrees, and you're there with a 2-season pad. You're going to freeze your tail off, and you're not going to be there very long.
I know, I've done that.
Yeah, it's miserable. I remember years ago, probably 10, 12 years ago, I was on a hunting trip in Nebraska, and I had the brilliant idea of bringing my wall tent and setting up, an air mattress.
Oh, yeah.
I thought, great idea, right? It'd be just like sleeping at home. Well, I didn't realize that the air mattress had zero, it was just air. So I put my sleeping bag on it, and I used to use this Big Agnes bag, which has no insulation on the bottom. The first night I thought, there's something wrong with me. I was so cold. I could not believe how cold I was. And then after that first night, I thought, there's zero insulation between me and the ground. The air, the moisture and the cold, everything is just coming right through that bag, that air mattress. So I put down extra clothes, blankets, anything I had to create some sort of a barrier. But I was there for 10 days, and it was just misery. Freezing my butt off at night, like dreading going to sleep. It was crazy. It was just terrible. So that's a classic example of not knowing the conditions, first of all, and then going with the proper equipment. Had I known what R-value was 10, 12 years ago, I would have used my head, and I would have been a little more prepared.
Absolutely. And I mean, I've had a similar experience. I mean, when I first got into it, really doing, backcountry camping and stuff, and hiking in and sleeping overnight, I just doing like that bivvy, I did not understand what R-value was.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was anything to it, right?
Yep.
So I just thought, I just can grab a sleeping pad and I'll be good. Just something to sleep on that's cushy and comfortable.
Yep.
And little did I know it was like a 2.5 R-value.
Yeah.
And we were in the 30 degrees and I froze my tail off. So definitely make sure that it has an R-value rating, and I'd highly recommend that it is an ASTM R-value, and it's gone through that testing, because I mean, I've even had times, I even had a sleeping pad that had an R-value, and I was like, oh, it has a 4.5 R-value. I'm good.
Should be solid
For early fall. And that R-value was
no
not
go.
true. So definitely look into that. Do your own research and figure out what the best pad will be for you based off of the conditions that you will be encountering on your camping trips. So hopefully that is helpful to you guys, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode, and we'll go into more on pillows.